And we're back on North Dakota Today, joined now by Mandy Griffin from Red Door Pediatric Therapy in Bismarck.
Thanks for coming in, Mandy. Today we are talking about the S sound and how and why we need to keep an ear out for that.
Yes.
So S can be a challenge for some children.
For sure. Typically around age 3 we see S emerge. Some kiddos have it much earlier than that. They'll use it in vocal play and in babble.
Okay.
So.
What are you looking for as far as, oh, this is a sign of trouble? That the S isn't used at all, or that it is more of a slur, or what are you looking for?
A little bit of both. Sometimes kids will stop the S so it sounds more like a T.
For example, give me a word that may be...
Like sun would be ton.
Okay, gotcha.
Right. Yep. For you and I, when we make a S, the sides of the tongue come up and touch the roof of your mouth, and we kind of make a little groove. So it sounds like this.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I'm doing it.
Yeah, everybody at home right now.
Yeah, do that.
Yep, you're right.
Some kids will make it opposite, where they'll put the body of the tongue up, and then the sides come down, and the air flows around the sides.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
So, for example, from the movie Ice Age, Sid the Slop.
Right.
He has a classic lateral S.
Right.
So the air is flowing down the sides. We typically can address that around age 3.
Okay.
That's not part of typical development for S.
Okay.
Another time we might seek intervention would be like a frontal lisp. That would be more Daffy Duck. I'm not going to imitate him because I don't want to speak on you. But everything is really forward.
Right.
Yeah. So the F is forward between the teeth, and that is part of typical development. However, it should resolve itself around age 4.
Okay.
So we were just kind of kidding around, Hope and I going through this information during a commercial break, and I said something about silver bells, and that's that first one that you were talking about where the air comes out the side, correct?
Yes, yep, that's the lateral lisp.
Okay, and then at what age did you say that starts to show itself if it's not correct?
Around age 3.
Okay.
I mean, some children might have it before that, but we would address it in treatment at age 3.
Okay.
So is it the way that children are hearing other people speak, or what is it that causes the challenge to begin with? Can you figure that out?
We can't always pinpoint exactly what it is, but there are several factors that can impact development of speech sounds. Sometimes it's a structural change, the way the mouth has developed or the way the jaw has developed. Sometimes it is motor-based, so just a different message sent from the brain. And sometimes it can be a sensory thing where a hearing loss or a lifetime of ear infections can really impact how they hear and learn that sound. Other factors might be family history, if you yourself have had intervention or other siblings have had intervention, or even just an oral habit like sucking on the thumb, extended passy use, sippy cups, things like that.
Okay.
Now, you guys at Red Door work with so many different areas with children. Is this something, if a parent notices that's something that you can give them guidance to fix this at home, or is this something that maybe needs professional help?
It kind of depends. Some kids can sit down and you can say, okay, no, say your S this way, and they'll do it. And some other kids need a little bit more help. Sometimes we just introduce the sound. They've never maybe heard it that way, or have never noticed it that way. So we really play around with, this is how it should be, this is how you're making it. And sometimes we just play around with the tongue. We work on the sides of the tongue. They should go up. Let's discover the front of your tongue. And then after that, they can maybe model it. If not, sometimes we have to work on the jaw. If the jaw is sliding forward, so is the tongue.
You know, I would imagine whether you're a bowler or you're a softball player, if you get into a certain way of doing things, it's hard to break that habit. If a child has never said an S any other way than the way they're saying it incorrectly, those habits have got to be hard to break.
They are, and you really have to break it down. And then once you get that new S, you just drill and drill and drill until it becomes just habitual for them. Once they can get it, then we start going into like syllables, words, phrases, and then we just gradually increase that complexity.
So would you say intervention earlier rather than later is better then?
Yeah, around 3 or 4, whenever, depending on what type of lisp you have.
So they have the skills to practice, and yet you're doing it soon enough that where they don't build too much of a bad habit.
Exactly, yes. Yeah.
Mandy, if they want to get a hold of you, if somebody wants to talk to you at Red Door, how do they get a hold of you?
So you can give us a call. Our number is 222-3175. We're on 19th Street. You can pop in. You can give us a call. We offer free screens. So if you're just questioning, when should my kiddo have this certain sound, just pop in and we'll give you some guidance from there.
It's a great service.
Mandy
Yeah.
Griffin, thanks so much. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Merry Christmas to you.
Merry Christmas to you guys. Thanks for having me.
Thanks.
All right. We'll be back to wrap things up on North Dakota Today on a Friday, right after this.